to write these like law of manifestation things to say like I want this and I want that, and like the years go by and like nothing happens and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. So today's minimalism video is going to be manifestation from the perspective of a minimalist. So I'm definitely not a woohoo type of person. Definitely an insane amount of spiritual videos out there on minimalism, on the law of manifestation. This isn't really to talk about that per se. I just kind of wanted to share my take on it because you're kind of in a rut or you're feeling like things aren't really working out for you. I kind of want to share my perspective because I have experienced massive ruts in my life where things just weren't going well and I was depressed and I was unhappy. But for those of you who have seen my entire journey, because I've documented the whole damn thing for the past 8 years, you guys have seen how far I've come and all the things that I have that I'm super grateful for, that were things that I dreamt of and I finally have. So I'm gonna share with you guys like really like the realistic things that I did to kind of like bring into fruition the dreams and hopes that I had, you know, almost a decade ago, the foundation of it, in hopes that this could help you, because I know what it's like to be stuck in a rut. I know how painful it is to write these like law of manifestation things to say like I want this and I want that, and like the years go by and like nothing happens and you're like, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong per se, which I will touch upon in my point, which is freed me from the pain of things that didn't come true or haven't come true in my visions or my manifestations. So yeah, if you are curious to hear what a very practical, you know, humble, low-key minimalist has to say about the law of manifestation and achieving our dreams, then yeah, let's get right into the video. Let's get it. Let's go. Woo! So I have two things that I want to talk about. So I'm going to break this video up into part A and part B. So part A is using a board, and then part B is talking about all the things that didn't happen and my personal opinion about that. So let us talk about board A. So the thing about manifesting with intention is I personally do not put a limit on what I think is possible for me within the realm of limitation. Like I don't put things on my vision board that are like, I want to go to Mars. I don't think anyone's been to Mars yet, or as far as I'm concerned, so I'm not really interested in going to Mars. But if another human has achieved it, it is possible for you as well too. And I don't put limits on myself. And obviously a lot of these boards, you know, there's a lot of tips out there that are like, they should be reasonable, they should be blah, 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 blah. My only limiter is if another human has done it, I can do it. It's possible for somebody else, it's possible for me too. And I think I got this idea from the book Think and Grow Rich, which put a big emphasis on like, it's not really about existing within your own reality's limits, but kind of envisioning for yourself. The life that you want starts in the mind. And this is actually a Buddhistic principle as well. If you don't really like Western ideology, this concept also exists in Buddhism. In Buddhism, your thoughts become reality. For me, that really freed me. So anything that I put on my board, I don't limit myself to anything unreasonable. I'm like, if it was possible for somebody else, why couldn't it happen for me? And so I've put ridiculous things on my board. Have some of them come true? No. Some of them have not come true, but it feels really nice to say yes to all the things that I want, because I think that's kind of sort of half the game. Telling yourself no is not a good feeling. Your board is for you personally. It's not for anyone else. Life already tells you no enough, okay? Like you don't need to tell yourself no. There's no dream that's not too big, and you can keep it private. Like my boards are public because, you know, I create content, but this board is just for you. No one's gonna judge you. No one's gonna say anything. This is just strictly your board. Put on your board whatever your little heart desires. It's like a judgment-free zone. You can put anything that you want on the board. I also recommend writing it out, and that's something that I picked up from one of the books. Apparently one of the presidents, the US presidents, would always write every single night his goals every single night before he went to bed. And you can think of it in a more magical way or in a more practical way. He's just constantly reminding himself of what he needs to achieve. And so if that could help you, I would highly recommend that. My diary entries are very repetitive. I literally write out the same repetitive 3 to 4 dreams over and over and over again, and I stay committed to it. And when I say committed to it, for those of you who've been following for the past 8 years, you guys know some of these dreams, I am constantly reiterating them in my New Year's resolutions for years on end. Like 5 years, 6 years, I don't care what the timeline is. If I spend the rest of my life doing it, that's good enough, because I don't like to tell myself no. And I'm willing to wait for the long-term haul to achieve my goals. And so these goals go on for years, and I don't mind. And yeah, they take long, but it's really worth it. So again, don't tell yourself no. You can go to Pinterest, you can like screenshot little things of items that you think will definitely fit into your dream board. You can also like cut out from magazines, you can screenshot it on your phone, you can even just like write out like verbal words. I think images help, but I think that's more because like I'm a visual learner, so I think the images is a lot more useful. And also write it out in your diary. So now let us go on to point B. Let us talk about what they usually call like getting stuck in manifestation, or like you have a blockade in manifestation. I used to hate it. I used to always feel like I'm just like not in my magical era, like I can't get past this blockade, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. Don't beat yourself up. Honestly, I'll tell you what really healed me. I used to be obsessed with watching these type of manifestation videos, and I would see things come true for other people and they would not for me, and I'll be vulnerable. And I remember, I'll tell you guys one that is a blockade that really, like, there was two of them. One of them was losing the last 10 pounds. I wanted to reach 100 pounds, and the other one was I wanted to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And those were some massive blockades for me, and they really hurt. Once I reached 100 pounds and I lost my period and I got really sick and I developed vertigo, I kind of started to get the idea that sometimes some of these blockades are a protection from God. Some of the things you think you want are actually not healthy for you and are not things that you want, and it's actually God protecting you. And I didn't really truly understand that till I had one of my major blockades unblockade, and then I was like, whoa, I don't want this. I have since increased my weight, and now I'm at a really healthy weight of, usually I kind of oscillate between like 115 to 120 for my height. It's definitely on the curvier side for my height. I am 5'3", but it doesn't bother me. Like I love me. I'm really happy. I even have subscribers message me personally and ask, like, I know you had an ED and like you seem so happy now. Like, how did you get over it? I realized that being at 100 pounds was like really damaging for my body. I had an eating disorder. I was depressed. I couldn't eat this. I couldn't eat that. But coming back to the point about the blockade, before I hit 100 pounds, that's all I thought about. I was constantly watching these diet videos, what I eat in a day videos. And I was like, my life will be perfect once I hit 100 pounds. My life will be everything that I want it to be. I just need to hit 100 pounds. And then when I was at 100 pounds, I was 100 pounds for, I want to say like maybe 2 years-ish. It was like hell on earth. I had to wake up in the morning, go for morning runs before I went to school. I did morning runs at lunchtime when I came back to the dorm. So I did like another run, and then I'd have nighttime runs. So I would clock in another 10 to 20 minutes runs. To maintain that low weight, I had to have high calorie expenditure. And then I did these crazy like diet restrictions. I ate no meat. I ate no carbs. I had really restrictive windows. I only had like 1 meal a day. If I ate 1 meal in the day, then that was it. I was done. I couldn't eat. I think I was eating like 500 calories a day. It was like pretty bad. And I remember like my stomach always hurt. I was really cold. My hair was falling out. I had no period. I was depressed. I realized like so I recovered in 2019 and I put back on the weight, and I was like, God was protecting me from something I really wanted, because I was trying to lose the weight. It took me 10 years to lose the final 10 pounds. And I was like, yeah, no, that was God protecting me. I didn't want that. Once I had it, I was like, that's not something that I wanted. So I think that God gives you the things that you need when you are ready for it. So like currently right now, I do tend to maintain a very healthy body weight, but I have the maturity for it. I have the emotional maturity to understand when, if you're hungry, go eat something. So I think at the same time, it has definitely been a blessing in disguise. Is that what it is? Not having reached any sort of level of fame whatsoever in my younger years. Like being in my 20s, because I've been on YouTube for the majority of all of my 20s, I don't think that would have been good for me mental health wise. I think now if my channel were to blow up, when I get hate comments, they do not faze me whatsoever. I feel very indifferent. I actually feel amused. Sometimes when I have a good chuckle and a good little laugh at some of the hate comments people leave on my channel, I'm like, how embarrassing for you. I would not have had that maturity when I was younger. Like when I first started getting hate comments, I'd say when I hit 3,000 is the first time I started to get the taste of hate comments. And I remember feeling like really uncomfortable, but I was like, I'll be okay. Like I'll be okay. So I think I wouldn't have been able to handle fame in my 20s. Now that I'm in my 30s, if my channel ever did blow up, it wouldn't really faze me as much. I would not have much of an ego sore. Kind of like Jordan Peterson said, gaining fame in his later stages doesn't really faze him because his own sense of identity is really established. So I think that for me, if I ever became, quote unquote famous, it wouldn't really faze me, because to me now my channel is just a means of which I help my Cobra babies. It's not an ego thing. If I stay at this 3,000 subscriber for the rest of my life, like I'm in my 80s still making YouTube channel video content, I'd be fine, because that's not the point anymore. It's not an ego trip for me anymore. And so I think that was God protecting me. I don't think I would have handled fame in my younger years, but if I ever did become famous, it really wouldn't faze me. I'd just be like, that's good. My content is reaching and helping other people. Yay, we're all winning. So yeah, I think that's my take on manifestation from a minimalist perspective. I think that use a vision board and don't limit yourself. And then secondly, if something hasn't come true, don't feel bad. Truly, it's God protecting you from something that when it does come true, you'll be like, kind of wish it didn't happen. So be grateful for what has come true, because that's what God wants for you. And what has not come true, that's God protecting you, and he is going to give you something better. Not trying to be super religious or anything like that. It's just been my own personal experience. So I hope that you guys could have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.